Dexter Waite's Life, a Biography. February 7, 1838. Dexter Waite is born in Stratton, Vermont. His mother and father were Tyler and Lucia Waite. He was the youngest in his family. His two sisters, Chastina and Adeline, and his two brothers, George and Henry, were all a year to 10 years older than Dexter. I'm unsure of his sisters, though. A different site believes he had 4 sisters, Christina, Laura, Ruth, and Lucia. 1845. The Waites moved to Wardsboro, Vermont. August 7, 1850. According to a census, Dexter Waite is 13 years old and is living in Wardsboro, Vermont. Growing up in Vermont in the 1850s most likely meant chores and strict schooling for a boy such as Dexter. January 12, 1861. Dexter Waite marries Orthalia Waite. They live in South Londonderry, Vermont. 1862. George E. Waite is born. August 29, 1862. Mr. Waite enlists as a private in Londonderry, Vermont. October 23, 1862. Mr. Waite enlists in Company D, Vermont 16th Infantry Regiment. October 24, 1862. The 16th Infantry marched to Washington, D.C. and joined the 2nd Vermont Brigade. December 28, 1862. The 16th Infantry travel to Fairfax, Virginia, and fight in the Fairfax Courthouse Battle. July 1, 1863. Mr. Waite's infantry got orders to march to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. They then fought in the Battle of Gettysburg, July 1st through 3rd, 1963. The two sides, the Union and the Confederates, collide to the west and north of the town Gettysburg. Mr. Waite fought for the Union, which was commanded by George G. Meade. Mr. Waite fought on the 3rd day as part of Pickett's charge. The Battle of Gettysburg was one of the worst during the Civil War. It is estimated that 51,110 people were killed, wounded, lost, or captured in the battle. After 3 tough days of fighting, the Union won. August 10, 1863. The 16th Infantry is mustered out in Brattleboro, Vermont. 1866. Mr. and Mrs. Waite and their son moved to Wardsboro and try farming. 1870. Frank D. Waite is born. 1871. They move to the center of Wardsboro and Mr. Waite starts a hotel and livery business. During this time, he also buys and sells horses frequently. His wife does hotel keeping, and his son, George, is a clerk at a local store. Also, for 4 years, including 1891, Mr. Waite is a Wardsboro postmaster. 1895. Dexter Waite and his wife, along with his son Frank and Frank's wife, Donna, moved to Brattleboro, Vermont. Mr. Waite and his son are painters and paper hangers in Brattleboro for 11 years. 1906. The Waites did not stay in Brattleboro for too long. Mr. and Mrs. Waite moved back to Wardsboro. They stay in the town until their deaths. January 16, 1923. Dexter Waite dies of heart failure. Dexter Waite, Orthalia Waite, their son Frank, and his wife Donna are all buried in the Wardsboro Center Cemetery on the same gravestone. Thank you for watching. And a special thanks to Ancestry.com and MyTrees.com.